If you've been looking for a way to incorporate podcasts in your classroom but don't quite know where to start, Listenwise can help with that. With a growing library of audio stories averaging 3 to 6 minutes in length and curated from high-quality sources like NPR, there's no shortage of content to engage your students. Podcasts can also help support listening comprehension skills, which are vitally important and, according to research, closely linked to success in other areas. I've been using Listenwise in my classroom for about a month now, so I want to share a little bit about how it works and how I've used it, along with some of my favorite lessons and audio stories. And you can also learn a little bit more about Listenwise on my blog, which I will link in the video description. So here we are in Listenwise. Right now, I'm just viewing the entire content library, so you'll see that as I scroll down, there's quite a bit of diversity among topics. And if I come back up here to the lessons, I'm able to browse by a specific subject area or by a particular collection. The collections are grouped thematically, and I think this is such a great way to get inspiration for an upcoming unit. They have collections for really common topics like coming of age, seeking justice, shaping identity, the American dream. And you'll see that if I click on one, there are just a collection of audio stories that all relate to this particular theme. So let's click on this assignment right here. You can see as I scroll down that you can preview the audio and read the transcript. And then in assignment resources, you'll see some suggested listening comprehension questions, discussion themes, and some relevant vocabulary terms. And then down here, they have some listening organizers, which I absolutely love. You can print them for your students to jot down notes as they listen, or you can assign them digitally depending on how you're using the audio. They also suggest some external materials and resources over here, and in the teacher's guide, there's just a whole lot of additional resources for ideas on what you could do before or during and after the audio. So there's pretty much everything you need right here to plan an effective lesson. Now let's go back to the Lessons tab and click Search Lessons. This is where you'd go if you're looking for something specific. My first time using Listenwise, for example, we were getting ready to start a dystopian book club unit in 8th grade. So I typed in the search terms dystopian fiction, not really knowing what to expect, but I was actually really surprised by the amount of relevant results that it returned. And I knew that this one right here, Hunger Games in Reality, would be a perfect fit. Since I already used the Hunger Games as an example quite a bit throughout the unit, that was a major plus. But the content of this particular audio story directly aligns with one of our major focal points, which is all about making connections between the issues in our novels and the real world. This particular story is about 3 minutes in length, and it's an interview clip sourced from NPR. As you saw with the last assignment, there are a ton of teacher resources to accompany the clip down here. Now, there are a few different ways to share this with students. One is by selecting Share Audio. Free users can grab the audio link or share the audio directly to Google Classroom, and with the premium version, students will also be able to view the interactive transcript. Another awesome feature of the premium version is the ability to assign quizzes or create assignments. So let's just go through that process real quick. First, I can select what I want students to view as they complete the assignment. I usually give them the vocabulary and the transcript, but I'll probably pull back on the transcript at some point to see how they do. Next, I can preview the listening organizers, which have been really helpful for my students as they listen to the audio. I usually play the clips a few times depending on the length, and these organizers can be really useful for students as they listen a second and third time. Next, I can select which questions I want to share out with the assignment, so I can add my own questions or delete any of the suggested ones that I don't want. After that, I can select any external materials to share out with students and view a variety of extension activities to go along with the assignment. And in the final step, I'm ready to review the instructions, click Save, and share out with my students. Another helpful feature of assignments is the library. These are some of the assignments I've created so far, and you can see that I've started tagging them with keywords to help keep them organized. I used this story in my journalism class about a teen who publishes her own daily newsletter for her peers. This is also a clip from NPR and only about 4 minutes long, so it worked really well to supplement our Intro to Blogging unit. Now the last feature I want to highlight is the favorites list. Here you can see that I favorited quite a few audio stories that I want to use in the future. As with the assignments tab, I can use tags to filter assignments by topic or subject area. This assignment down here looks really cool. It's a media literacy scavenger hunt that involves listening for clues in a variety of Listenwise stories. Overall, I've really enjoyed using Listenwise in my classroom, and I definitely recommend checking it out. There are just so many engaging, time-saving resources, and if you've been looking to incorporate podcasts in your classroom, this is a really great place to start.